Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Confined Kitchen. It is Ian Tyson here. I'm so happy to see you. It is a lovely, somewhat sunny day earlier. SpongeBob's come for a visit. Look, t-shirt game on point. There he is, popping up to say hi. Bringing that SpongeBob energy in the kitchen today. Welcome back to the Confined Kitchen. It is Ian Tyson, motivational speaker and avid home cook. And look, it's going to be hard for some of you to hear. Some people that are near and dear to me feel this way. But summer's coming to an end. It's getting a little colder. We're getting some cooler stuff. So I thought for the first time here in the Confined Kitchen for episode 19, we're going to do something that's maybe a little bit warmer for the cooler weather. We're making a soup tonight, a soup from scratch. And so I'm sorry for, all my summer heads out there that are super excited that it was summertime and are sad about fall. But, I'm a big autumn guy. Color palette, the clothes. I love me a good jacket, all of that stuff. So tonight we're making soup, and what we are making is a roasted sweet potato and chorizo soup. I'm so excited. It's going to be fantastic. Let's get going. So friends, this one, full disclosure right off the top, this is my adaptation of a Jamie Oliver recipe for a roasted sweet potato and chorizo soup. Now, it's roasted sweet potato, but it's a bunch of other roasted vegetables as well. So we got a whole pile of stuff here that we're gonna get chopping up and roasting on some pans. As far as portions, I just basically fill the pan. Cups, whatever that is, however many of them. These things all come in different sizes, so we'll fill them up. So I'll take you through the ingredients one at a time. You just got the ingredients list, but the way we're gonna put them in, get them roasting, and then we're gonna do the chorizo. Please know as well, this one is super adaptable. So this one's easy for us to adapt to something that's, we can do a curry flavor and put something else in it. We can do it easily as a veg. Like literally just don't put the chorizo in and use a veggie stock instead of a chicken stock. Boom, it's a full vegetarian, vegan dish. No problem at all. The flavors that you can impart with this, the roasted flavors, just so delicious. So it's going to be so great. I'm super excited. So let's get going with this. So we're going to start with, and my God, the size of the sweet potatoes at the store. I'm going to have trouble getting my knife through these things, but we shall see. So I'm going to bring one of my pans over. So I've got a large pan covered in foil. We're just going to put this right beside, and we're going to start by chopping up some sweet potato. It's a fairly rough chop, but we also don't want to take it forever to cook, so maybe a little bit smaller. We're going to toss some olive oil in there, a little salt, a little pepper, boom, in at 350, and then we'll get some other stuff going at the same time. So we'll start with sweet potato on this first one. That's about the size we want to chop up this sweet potato to. Yeah, we're just getting in this kind of range here. Sort of this size. That's what we're looking at. We're just going to get those all. I'll put a little olive oil down on the pan first, so we got some underneath. And then we're just going to put these on top, and we'll add more olive oil afterwards. So we've got one whole sweet potato here, big one. Again, these things are enormous. And so depending on what you've got in your store, it might be different. So we just got to go with what we can, and we're going to fill this up. It's probably going to be about 1.5, maybe 2 of these sweet potatoes on my particular tray here. Let's get another one going. There we go. Loading up with sweet potato. So we've got maybe 2 good-sized sweet potatoes there. We're going to cover those in some more olive oil. What we're going to add with that is some peeled garlic. So I've got several cloves of garlic. We just want to mix that in. That's going to get real nice and sweet and delicious. Impart some really good flavor onto that. Next up, we're going to put jalapenos on this tray, a few of them. And then on the next one, we're going to put some other vegetables and put a little poblano in there, get that roasted pepper feeling going. It's going to be good. So we'll chop some jalapeno, leaving the seeds out. And we've added some jalapenos. So we've got 2 jalapenos in there, maybe a few of the seeds, whatever. A little spice never hurt anybody. We're going to salt this well. A little bit of fresh ground black pepper, and good coverage with extra virgin olive oil. Then we're going to give this a nice little stir, mix it all up, and then we'll get going with the next tray, get them in the oven. Next up, carrots as the base onto this next tray. Again, rough chop, but fairly small. Like, we're not looking for anything fancy. It's not going to present this way. It's all going to get blended together. Carrots, nice and chopped and ready to go. So we've got the carrots in there. Now we're going to add a little celery. We'll do 2, maybe 3 stalks. I gotta be honest, I'm not a big celery guy. I'm not a big fan of the flavor. Maybe it's from the years of bartending and the smell of celery, salt and celery just, Anyway, so I'm gonna put it, but it's fine, it's good, it cooks in there real nice. So we're gonna chop these up, add them to the mix. And celery in. Next, we're gonna put a little onion. I'm going Spanish this time. So we're gonna put a good chunk of the Spanish onion in, rough chopped, boom, into the pan. Spanish onion added. All right, that Spanish onion's in there, and it was particularly strong. I'm not crying, you're crying. I'll be back in a second. Ooh, whew. Okay, that was strong. I'm back, I'm fine. We're going to add some poblano pepper now. Poblano in, chopped up. So the poblano's in there, and because I have one, we're going to do a red pepper as well. Just I love roasted red pepper flavor, so I'm parting a little bit of that, and here's gonna be good as well. Let's do it. And finally, red peppers are in. So once again, generous with the salt, black pepper, and lots of olive oil. I'm just gonna mix these up so everything's well covered, and then into the oven they go. Oven has been preheated to about 350 degrees, which is where we want to be at. SpongeBob says so. And into the oven we go. We're going to need to mix those around probably a couple of times. I might turn up to about 375, just to be sure. I just want to make sure it's good. And we want them to get nice golden brown and obviously soft, because we're going to be putting them into the stock, immersion blending them, and then this thing's pretty much done. The longest time is going to be putting these things together. So let's do that. I do apologize if my sound was a little muffled for a minute or so there, because I had it covered with a towel. So I'm going to clean up the workspace a little bit, and then we'll get going with the chorizo sausage and get the stock warming up. So now what we want to do is get our stock getting nice and warm so that this soup's going to be, good and easy, ready to go. As with all soups, this is going to be better in a couple of days, but we're making it right now, and also I'm hungry, so I want to eat. So I've got a full container of just a low sodium chicken stock. I'm going to put that right into a stock pan. So just one of those full large tetras of a stock of the broth, and then if I need it, I've got an extra one. In the meantime, we're going to turn our burner on to about a medium high. We've got our big fry pan here, and we're going to take some chorizo sausage, fresh, not the the deli kind that's cured. So we're going to take this and we're going to do it in meatballs, sort of like we did with the jambalaya, where you're just going to, it's kind of gross, but you're going to peel it out of the casing, and we're going to make meatballs, which we're going to break up a little bit smaller in the pan, because we don't want big, huge meatball chunks. We want it sort of broken up into smaller pieces in the soup. So that's what we'll do. Stock is warming, and chorizo is cooking up. And that's what we want with the chorizo, just some nice little bits. So that chorizo is all broken up, and I'm excited. It's going to be tasty, but it's a little greasy, obviously. It's a sausage. We've cooked it down, a lot of oil and greases come off of that. So I've got a plate out with some paper towel on it, and we're just going to put that right down on there. Let the paper towel get all of the grease off of that. So this will at least be moderately more healthy when we put it in the soup. Moderately. What are you going to do? So now we just need to wait for these vegetables to roast. We're going to put them all together, immersion blend the whole thing, add some spices. This is going to be delicious. Just prepared and sliced a little avocado that we're going to need later, because I like to put some fun toppings on this, give a little extra texture, a little extra flavor to the soup. So once we've got it and we're plating it all up, putting it in the bowl, we'll do a little extra white cheddar. I've got some crushed tortilla chips. We're going to put some avocado. I've got green onion, a little sour cream, maybe some hot sauce. Going to make it look all pretty and lovely. It's going to be awesome, but super tasty as well, because the spices that are going to come through in this are just delicious. All right, now it seems as though these veggies are roasted nicely, so we are going to get them in the pot and get things rolling. I can't see what's happening right now. Look at those nice roasted veg there. Those are all beautifully roasted, so let's get them into the pot right away. Carrots and peppers and onions and all the delicious. And again, I can't kind of see anything. There we go. Look at that. Nice and sizzling. We've got sweet potato and garlic and jalapeno. It is all good. Everything's nice and soft, including the garlic, which I was worried about. But we're okay. And you can just smell, it's got that nice caramelization. They just smell fantastic. So we're going to put that right into the stock as well. Now everybody is in the pot. Now that that's all in there and commingling, what we're going to do is get the immersion blender together, one of my favorite kitchen tools. We're going to put this together and we're going to get in there and just blend this right down, and then we'll add some spices and we're pretty much going to be done. It's going to, well, then we'll put the chorizo in. Here we go. It's mostly blended in. It's very thick, so that's why we have the backup stock. We're going to add some more. A whole bunch of immersion blending later, and this is what we want, a nice thick soup. All right, so that is now beautifully blended together. All those flavors are just gonna, nice roasted vegetables. It's gonna be so delicious. So we're just gonna make sure that's well heated up and mixed together. We're gonna put that down to about a medium, get a handy dandy tasting spoon, and we're gonna see where we're gonna be at. We wanna spice it up, but I just wanna see what the general flavors are at right now. So this is gonna be hot. Oh man. Wow. Yeah, just got that nice caramelization and browning from the roasting. It's awesome. We're gonna turn that down a little bit more. I'm gonna add a bit more salt, pepper, that chorizo that now all the grease is gone from it. Well, most of the grease is gone. Mix that chorizo right in. A little chili powder. We're gonna do some Tex-Mex spice because it's just got a good mix in there. And that's gonna complement that chorizo really nicely. We'll add some ground cumin. I added just a dash of this arbol chili powder that I have, that I got from a Mexican grocery store around here. Whew, it's spicy, so just like a wee bit is gonna be good. Chorizo is in, flavors are mixed in. This is just looking perfect. Nice hearty soup. I've got a chipotle and ancho chili hot sauce, which I'm just going to put a little bit in there as well. It's a nice smoky flavor that's just going to be nicely mixed in with the flavor of those roasted vegetables. We are ready to plate, or well, I guess bowl this, so let's get it going. Look at that. Ooh, but we're not done yet. No, not even close. We're going to grate a little bit of white cheddar on top because, well, any excuse to use the torch. We've got some crushed tortilla chips. Start to come together with the plating now. And of course, because it's me, avocado. Do a dollop of light sour cream and some green onion. And just for a little contrast of color, some more of the chipotle sauce, just a few drops of it around. And my friends, look at that. We have got a beautiful roasted vegetable sweet potato chorizo soup, perfect for fall. It's going to keep you warm. It's lots of good. You can also adapt this so easily for anything that you want to do, vegetarian or vegan. Easily adaptable recipe. Just roasting those veg, adding some stock, and it is so good. So I'm going to enjoy this, but as always, remember, I made this for you. Please like and subscribe and follow the show on Instagram or on my YouTube. I'm at Ian Tyson on Instagram and Twitter, Ian Tyson Speaker on Facebook, and as always, my website is at Ian Tyson if you want to reach out. Thank you so much for joining me in the Confined Kitchen. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much. Take care.